Live. We're almost. Dude, I just saw this TikTok and I cannot stop thinking about it. The guy's like, it's a guy walking out of the dentist and he goes, when your dentist tell you you've been grinding all night.
Oh, yeah.
That's so funny. He's like,
Yeah. That guy's pretty funny, actually.
lights. No, it's gonna be a real bummer next week when I'm out of new backgrounds. Having a background has kind of become my.
You can upload backgrounds, you know that, right?
I can.
Yeah.
Well, can I do a moving one like this?
I think you can.
Wow. Because a lot of my personality has come from my ability to be the fun background guy.
You're nothing without a fun background.
And I know this. That's the thing, and I know this.
You know what they say? Behind every fun background guy is a fun background.
All right. I got everything logged in. I'm looking good. Now I got to get my.
Oh shoot! I'm signed out of the Heroes Journal.
It's something you don't realize it'll happen until the very moment.
I'd like clear all my cache stuff. How do you say it? Cache?
Your caches?
I say cache. That's just because I like the French Canadians.
Naturally. Nicole, I hope that your surgery went well. All right, we got some hellos. People are asking, did I get a haircut? No. Well, I did get a haircut, but it was like 2 weeks ago. I did shave my face. That is probably the big thing that people are noticing. My hair also does this thing where it kind of goes into like a straight, like a straight hair, but like kind of an afro, you know? So that also is like a straight.
Sorry. I'm gonna unmute myself next time.
People are saying I look super youthful today.
You went clean. You went clean this week.
I love looking
clean. You shaved clean. Incredible.
Incredible. You know what's exciting about that mug is that I have that same mug. If you had told me I could have had.
Oh, you do?
I could have had coffee in the same mug.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I'm drinking iced, just cold brew, I guess. It's great.
Iced cold brew. I've always wondered, like, is cold brew like beer? You know, where you don't like you serve it cold, but you don't put ice in it. I've always wondered this. But cold brew also you put water in cold brew because it's just like if you didn't, it'd just be like a sludge. So probably it's okay because you wouldn't really want a watery beer ever, you know?
No, I am growing. Maybe this is just like me getting old and grumpy, but I hate nitro cold brew. I hate when it's offered to me. I don't understand the appeal. Can someone make a case for nitro cold brew so I can understand? Because I think it tastes worse. I think it's more expensive for no reason, and it feels like a gimmick.
Are you getting angry at people for offering it?
I just don't understand what its purpose is. I don't really understand the difference. Maybe that's how I feel. It feels just like a gimmick. It's like because breweries started doing like nitro beers. I feel like they just took that and implemented it into coffee. I don't know. I'm just like I don't like it.
You know who really started it though? Was Travis Pastrana when he did the Nitro Circus.
Thank you. The Nitro historian.
All right. We have some people. So Bridget said, I will die on this hill. So there's a hill to die on here. There is a hill there is a metaphorical hill to be dead on for this particular idea.
For cold brew.
on behalf of Nitro Cold Brew.
So Nitro Cold Brew is delicious and a tiny bit sweet without a ton of calories. Okay.
That's fair.
Does regular cold brew have a ton of calories in it?
Does Nitro Cold Brew have a ton of calories?
Does regular cold brew have a ton of calories?
No, but the nitrous adds flavor. And you're probably wondering, what kind of flavor could nitrous add? The flavor it adds is the flavor of family.
What are you talking about?
As seen in the 9 Fast and the Furious movies.
Oh, I get it. Because nitrous makes your car go fast.
And that's like the whole thing about that show is the nitrous. They go like, they do like the little flip and they go.
Yeah. Why doesn't my car work like that? Angela asked, Nick and Kyle, are you going to Gen Con? We're not. Oh, are we, Kyle? I don't think so.
Wasn't planning on it.
No, I think we can be honest with everyone here. You know, Kyle and I hit the Comic-Con circuit pretty hard last year. Going from like never going to a Comic-Con before to going to like, 8 or 9 or something in like 2 months was a little shocking. And it was a lot of fun. It was just a lot of travel and kind of exhausted us. And we had a hard time running the other parts of the business. And I think that we have a little bit of just like con hangover still. I don't know about you, Kyle. I think we're both kind of like a little conned out.
I will say this. It doesn't cover all wounds. It doesn't cover all things, but it wasn't very profitable for us either. If it was like wildly profitable for our business and it like had given us a big like surplus, like a big boost, then probably.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like it
wasn't profitable, and we spent a ton of our own time like at these cons, and like we were trying to fulfill the Story Magic Academy Kickstarter like remotely. It was just like a really bad. This is a bad season for us. So I know
that Kickstarter got fulfilled pretty well for all things considered.
It did.
I was pretty impressed by that.
Dude, I forgot to bring this up in our team meeting today, but I feel like we are killing it on GOI fulfillment.
It's a little early. It's a little early to say this.
It's a little early.
It is like the second quarter.
So the part that I typically play in the fulfillment is I'm a little upstream, right?
Yeah.
My whole thing is like getting all the ducks in a row, making sure things show up on time, making sure all the goodies are in the warehouse, they're counted, they're sorted, tracking numbers. And as far as all of those things, like on my end, I mean, there was definitely some things that went wrong, but in terms of getting everything to a warehouse before journals showed up, I think we nailed that. And there was a lot of room for error. And so,
do you have the certificates in there yet? Is it the last thing?
I think that's the last thing. So anyway,
yeah.
So yeah, if you ordered anything from our GOI pre-order, you will, obviously you'll get the plastic keychain. You'll also get whatever you ordered in your bundle, probably by the end of August for sure. Unless there's like some crazy delay with our shipping, with our freight shipping, but it's already landed here. So I don't know.
It's supposed to land here today.
Oh, was it? Okay. Never mind. Well, anyway.
So it's to clear customs and it has to do all that stuff. So there's some stuff. There are definitely some things that could hold us back. So
it's true. Maybe I'm counting the eggs, the chickens for the eggs hatch.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. But it's okay. I love it. I love putting this up against the wall. It's where we perform at our best.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And also this is like in December, we fulfilled 3,500 orders in 4 days. This is I think it's like 1,000 orders total. Now granted, historianauts are very involved. There's a lot of things that go into that. If they get 50 historianauts done in a day, I'd be very impressed because those are a very involved process. But aside from those,
fulfilling one historianaut is like fulfilling 10 normal orders in terms of like how much brain power, how much. Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, if you got the historianaut, like you are going to be. I hope my I hope that you are blown away because everything we made for this looks like badass. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do want to circle back and say one thing because we had this idea earlier this week. So Bridget said, come to New York City Comic Con just for fun. And we had this idea earlier this week that instead of like paying all this money to rent a booth at these bigger cons, we could maybe just like cover like a few people's tickets or do admission or something, have them cosplay as like a character from the Heroes Journal or just like a wise old mentory wizard figure or something. And just have a sign that says free side quests. And people can come up to you. You just give them a side quest deck card. And so it's just like free guerrilla marketing. So like the hope is that you give thousands and thousands of cards out by the end of, the Comic Con, and then people know who you are.
Yeah.
I think it'd be kind of funny. I don't know if it works, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Would that be obnoxious if some company did that, or would you be like, that's cooler than having a booth?
I really want to get this joke out of the way though.
Which one?
Because Devorah said, "Don't count your chickens till you cross the bridge."
Oh yeah.
I thought to myself, why the chicken cross the road? And it's like, well, to count their eggs before they hatched.
Wow. Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Chicken's got a lot to worry about. That's a stressed out.
We got a lot of, think about how many things a chicken does. You get milk from chickens, you get
That's so funny. You know how like they keep dropping new milks? Like oat milk wasn't around 10 years ago. Maybe it was. I don't know. But it feels like they come up with a new milk every couple of years. The next milk is going to be chicken milk.
But it's actually from a chicken's udders.
Right. What a weird day we're having right now.
What an absolutely weird day. People are saying they like it.
Yeah. Ugh.
People are saying they like the idea around giving out free side quests.
Kiara would do it.
James just said have people cosplay as Kyle and just go around and tell bad jokes. They go, who the hell are you? I'm this guy named Kyle who tells bad jokes.
Yeah, that's so funny. Okay. Rachel is expounding on this now and said, why did the chicken cross the bridge to burn it down before the eggs are hatched?
See, that's actually how they used to cook eggs in the 1800s. They'd burn down the whole house. That was dumb. People seem to like that idea. Honestly, I feel like if you're going to stop anyone at any place, like if I was to be walking on the street and I was to be stopped and to be given something, a Comic-Con is the place I'd want that to happen at.
Yeah.
Most of the time I'd be like, please don't stop me. I'm walking here, please. But in that scenario, I think it's okay.
Yeah, I just think it'd be kind of funny, like in a Comic-Con setting where everyone's, walking around collecting random stuff anyway. We'd have to probably make like specialized cards that point people back to the website or like a booth or something. So you probably have to do a little more prep on this. But I don't know, like think if like in 2024 we had a booth and we like focus on selling side quest decks and not journals. I mean, we can still sell journals, but it's like you hire like 10 people to just go out and then just like hand out these side quest cards.
Yeah.
Go to this booth. I don't know if they let you do that, but I think it'd be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we could do Emerald City Comic Con. That feels like the most.
Yeah. I mean, it's like in a couple weeks. I could just show up.
You could.
I could show up just buddied out. It's like, what's up, everybody?
Buddied out.
Yeah.
I do think we belong at Comic Cons, but I don't think Kyle and I are the people to run the booth. Yeah. Which I know sounds kind of crazy. But I just think there's people that are like sometimes better selling the journal than Kyle and I in person at a Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It's honestly a gift. Like that's an incredible place to be when people can sell your product better than you can.
I'll say this though. I lost a couple sales just because I didn't know the cosplay that people, you know what I mean? Like I'm not nerdy enough.
Exactly.
I could sell products. If I was out of my element as far as like being able to build the relationship. The relationship side of sales. I couldn't do it. I wasn't like mean. I was just like they were wearing something. I just didn't know the reference.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Kyle and I might look too threatening in a way. Like I think we just look like not, I don't think we blend in
like
that well.
T-Mobile salesman.
Yeah. We look like we're running a kiosk in the mall, and we weren't like bothering people when they walk by or anything, but you could just tell there's like a little bit of like a, why are you here? Like, are you a salesman or something?
Mm-hmm.
We were like, no, we made this. We made the journal, I promise. So
it's true.
I don't know.
I don't want a polo. That really helped.
See, Bridget's trying to give us a little bit of affirmation. She said, "You guys did great when I met you. You were down to earth and not too much. A lot of people at cons are too much."
Well, Bridget was wearing that shirt about drinking water, and
oh my God, yeah. How did I forget that? That's how we like met Bridget.
Yeah,
that's probably just based on that.
That was almost a year ago now.
Was yeah, because it was in August, right?
I think it might have been. Yeah, it was our fourth con. So we went to. No wait, we went from. Wait, was it? Because we went to Raleigh in August-ish. Or no, we went to Raleigh this weekend last year.
We went from.
I think it's in 3 weeks.
We went from MegaCon.
In 3 weeks.
I think we went from MegaCon to DC.
Dude, that was brutal. Now that I think about it, we flew from Seattle to Raleigh. We're in Raleigh for 5 days.
Yeah.
And then we flew back to Seattle for 4 days. Then we flew to Orlando. And we flew directly to DC. And then we flew back to Seattle. And then 2 weeks later, we flew to Salt Lake City.
That's right.
Like, that was tough.
Yeah. Inexpensive.
Very expensive. Because most people drive to all these different cons because they're like on the con circuit.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have money like that.
Well, they also like stick to a place,
you
know, and I kind of think the Pacific Northwest isn't a great place to launch from because it's like everything's super far away. There isn't a ton of cons, that are great, but on the East Coast, they're a lot closer and you can drive.
We have the big cons here. We have Emerald City's one of the bigger ones. We have San Diego. We have FanX Con.
It's like San Diego is so far away from
it's really far away.
Like it's so far.
It's like I think it's like a 20-hour drive.
Yeah, like I don't know. I guess,
it's probably more like 18.
Yeah. Long story short, the con thing is difficult, and I think there's a lot of small businesses that run predominantly on going to cons and selling stuff, and so it's kind of a hard thing to like dabble in. I feel like you either have to like really go for it, or hire like a team, or like look at it as like a promo opportunity and not like a point of sale thing. So I don't know.
Melissa asked us if we are a part of the Heroes Book Club, and if we are, or if we're not, or just in general, what we're reading right now. I am not a member of the Heroes Book Club.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I've been initiated yet, but I did finish a book yesterday, actually.
What did you finish?
I finished a very short book called, it was on my list for a long time. It's called The Four Agreements.
I've heard about that.
Yeah. Pretty straightforward.
Would you give it a thumbs up or thumbs down?
I think I'm still processing it, but I think I would maybe give it a thumbs up just for how short it was. I think if it was like much longer, I would have been kind of like, this is unnecessarily long, but I think it has some good gems in there, and it's a little, it's a little pushy on certain things, but I think its message is pretty grounded and good. So short book, easy read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm reading what's the guy's name who plays Ron Swanson? I always forget his name.
Nick Offerman.
Yeah, Nick Offerman. So I'm reading Nick Offerman's book right now.
Oh, nice. I think
And
there's a few. Which one are you reading?
the newest one.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Talks about like the wilderness and stuff.
Yeah. Is it good?
It's not bad, but man, like there's something about when authors like write their like pretty aggressive political takes in a book. It's like, you know what I mean? Like this is set in stone. And I'm not saying he's not really aggressive politically. Like I would say that he's like mid left.
Yeah.
Like full left, but he's like mid left. But he just says some stuff and I'm like, geez, like this is intense.
It's very political.
Yeah, it's just like more political than I was kind of expecting it to be. But like his musings about wilderness and like learning about stuff, and it's like that's very enjoyable. It's just like every once in a while he'll just drop in some pretty pointed political statements, and regardless of which side he's on, it's just weird in like the written form like that. I don't know if you feel that way, but it's just kind of like odd, especially because it's not really like an autobiography. He's not talking about his life. He's like talking about the sea. No, not talking. He's like talking about the wilderness. But, anyways, that's my rant.
Yeah. Interesting. I've never read a Nick Offerman book. Or like any of those. There's like these comedian actors that write these books, and I've never really read them. But I'm always curious, like, what are they? So
I will say it is not what I expected. I just found it in a bookstore and I was like, oh, I'll read this. It looked like good enough. I thought it was going to be more of like a 12 rules for life type of beat where it's like every chapter is like a philosophical statement.
Yeah.
Because he's like the whole like work with your hands, be outside. Like I figured there was going to be like that kind of thing. Yeah. But it's really just like a big story that he like weaves his own philosophical like points into. It looks like Ashley said Ashley read it.
Ashley had a take on it that sounds pretty similar to you. Yeah, Nick's book was too political for me to enjoy. I put it down before he said something I would hate too much so I could keep enjoying him as an actor. Yeah. Not me, by the way. We're talking about Nick Offerman.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Ron Swanson.
I think the biggest thing for me with the book, and this is written in anything, is whenever you write about somebody, because he'll talk about takes. Like he like talks like about political takes in the book.
Okay.
And I like whenever you talk about like people or groups of people by name in a book, like it feels manipulative because they're not there to be able to like defend their side. You know what I mean? So for the reader, you have like a captive audience who is not seeing the other side, and then they're like they're already reading your book, so you can tell that like they have a little bit of ethos and they have a little bit of like they have buy-in from the reader. So it just bothers me. You know what I mean? It's just like an off-putting thing. That's my rant. I'm sorry, I'm going too far into this rant.
Yeah, I didn't even know you were reading the book.
I'm really excited because my dad was telling me that Malcolm Gladwell just released a new book about running.
Oh, cool. That's right up your alley.
Yeah, it's a book about the 1968 or 1968 Mexico Olympics, Mexico City.
Wow. Incredible. By the way, I want to give Melissa a shout out because she said she's reading 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and her goal is 104 books this year, I think.
That's crazy. If
I'm not mistaken. So Bridget just said tomorrow is her birthday and that she's using that as her brag o'clock. And so I want everyone to say, happy birthday to Bridget before she has to hop out.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I love it. Incredible. Christy asked us if we are going to be at Fan X Con this year. We will not be at Fan X Con this year. Sadly, we will not. Maybe next year though. Maybe next year we'll have a little comeback to con.
That was actually our best one.
That was a really fun one. I loved Fan X Con. Good to see. I mean, honestly, all the cons were like fun in their own way, but I think Fan X Con was cool because I had never been to Utah before, and so it was fun to like see the city for the first time. And there's cons that are run like really well, and some that aren't ran as well. And I felt like Fan X really knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
So
Fan X felt like they knew who they were, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also, like, Salt Lake City has some nerds out there in like the best, most positive way possible. It's like people were there were like there wasn't like any like real lay people there. It was very like they were like, I'm here for this reason. I love this place. There wasn't a lot of perusing. There's a lot of intention in the way that people.
I was like a big journaling and reading crowd. I feel.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's just a very literary bunch. So, dude, yeah, and you know what sucks is Brandon Sanderson was there. I didn't really know who he was last year.
Yeah.
And I read one of his books between, then and now, and I'm bummed. I would have gotten him to like sign a book or something.
Could give him a journal.
I know. I would have traded him. He probably would have been like, I don't want this, but
I don't want this drivel.
Okay.
The word drivel lives rent free in my head.
Yeah, me too. Dribble.
Cool. Do we have any beans to spill? Is anything going on? I feel like we're kind of in like a middle period.
I mean, so we have kind of an arsenal of beans to spill. Well,
did we tell them the code name yet, or is the code name still secret?
We told them the code name.
Gertrude?
Yeah.
All right.
Right?
Yeah, you guys heard about Gertrude, right? This is something we know.
You guys know about Project Gertrude, correct?
Yes. Right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we talked about it last week.
Michelle said, "How's Gertrude?" Okay, so people are speaking about Gertrude as if they've known each other. Old friends.
I mean, so I don't. It's not really beans, but it feels more like it's kind of like an update on shipping and stuff. Like if you didn't get anything for the GOI pre-order, decks and companion journals will all be available probably in the next month. So I don't know. It's kind of a bit of a focus for us. We're also thinking about, well, have we talked about the we don't have a code name for this project, but how do I explain this to you in front of all these people without them finding out what it is? I'll text you. I'm way too afraid to say something incorrect on this.
We even said Gertrude's last name because I remember someone like guessed it off rip.
Yeah.
Ooh, Akira got their first Heroes Journal. So excited. We did not talk about that yet, but I'm comfortable talking about it.
Okay.
All right. We talked a little bit. Let me give it a preface.
These are some good beans. These are good beans.
All righty. If you're on Facebook, if you are watching on Facebook or if you're on YouTube, but you're paying attention to the Facebook group, you will have noticed, which is a crazy way to say the sentence, that there was a poll pinned to the top of the feed in the Heroes Quarters that asked you very simple questions. If we were to do a digital subscription, what type of content would you, the hero, like? Now, that wasn't just for shoots and gigs, because I don't swear here. That was a very purposeful question, a question full of meaning and purpose, actually. Take it away, Nick. Take it away.
What was that? It's a weirdest handoff. Where are you going?
So we are in the
Who's eating?
we're in the process of developing different pieces of content for you guys that we're trying to get a couple months ahead before we start the monthly subscription. But we are in the process of building out some extremely cool items that we are going to do a little bit of a subscription. Now, the thing I think that Nick is most excited about, I'm like, I think this is 80% of what I'm excited about too. And we're trying to figure this out. I don't know why I have nail clippers in my hand.
Still chaotic bean spill of all time. We're making hero nail clippers.
We are considering, we have to figure out how to do this without having to do it manually every single time. We are considering with this subscription, not description, subscription.
We'll give the description of the subscription, please.
You will get a gift card for either equal or greater than the actual cost of the subscription every month.
Yeah.
Now, granted, to stay profitable, they have to be used in the month, but every month you'll get a gift card, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. So for example, let's say we launch a subscription and it's $5 a month and we call it something fun, like, I don't know, superhero subscription or something, whatever.
Superhero.
Part of one of the things you would get on a monthly basis is like a $10 gift card to the Heroes Journal website. And it would essentially expire every month. So every month in the year, you would always have $10 off, no matter what.
And you can use it on new releases.
Yeah, you can use it for that sort of stuff. And these aren't real numbers. I'm just throwing out example numbers. Just these aren't finalized. I'm just trying to get you guys to be able to understand. So that's just kind of the nuts and bolts of it. There's also going to be a lot of content and exclusive stuff. And I think it's safe to say that this it would very much be very associated with Project Gertrude in a way. So you would, obviously you get kind of the discount thing on a monthly basis, but you'd also get basically inside access into what the next big project release is going to be for the Heroes Journal.
Yeah.
And not only would you get access to know what it is, you would be a part of creating it. And so you'd basically be sort of a part of, a panel of people that we would ask a lot of questions to. Obviously we're going to make the final decisions on a lot of things, but you'd be a part of a people that would be essentially trial running our newest product. So super exciting. And then, in addition to that, the discount, the early access, there's a lot of extra stuff that we're working on as well that we would give to you on a monthly basis. So
yeah. Because we hear a lot. It's almost exactly like a Patreon, except for the fact that we're a business versus just an individual creator.
And we might actually use Patreon. I don't know if we ever decided, but yeah, if you guys are familiar with Patreon, it's essentially, that's kind of the idea.
Will it replace Free Journal Friday? It will not.
I don't think so. There might be some exclusive live streams we do on that, but I think we want to keep Free Journal Friday, in
free.
Yeah.
As a rule, now that Nick and I don't live together, and as our business grows, we're trying to do a better job of building products, not like building things that require time to do. So like we don't usually tie money to like a Nick and Kyle live stream or like a Nick and Kyle video or a Nick and Kyle this or that, because A, it's really hard to coordinate because we're not in the same place. And B, like maybe at the beginning of the Heroes Journal, when it was like just the two of us and Ryan, like it required a lot of Nick and Kyle time, but like we kind of, I think in the last year, we've kind of given the baton to you guys. Like you guys are the brand. We're just the people who like facilitate it. So we don't like tying money to Nick and Kyle. We like tying money to like the Heroes Journal and to you guys and to the community. So yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like, I think that, Con and I are obviously still a part of the business and very much involved in running it, but we wanted the business to not be reliant on Nick and Kyle having to be like the face of it. And so when we were thinking about the subscription / Patreon thing, we were like, we don't want it to just be like about like you pay us money every month and you get to see more Nick and Kyle, because that's not really what we're here to do. It's not really in line with our philosophy and, of helping people be the hero of their story. That feels more like making us the hero of our story, And so we wanted to make sure that everything we make, including the subscription, is going to do that. So more will come out. I don't want to like keep talking about it because there's definitely some things that aren't finalized, but we've been talking about it for a while and we still feel really good about it. So we'll probably launch that sometime soon.
We did put a small pause on it because we were trying to figure out what the heck to do with the SideQuest deck.
Yeah, have we told them that SideQuest decks have been flying off the shelves?
Guys, everybody.
I don't know what's happening.
In the so 2 Fridays ago, something happened. It was actually 2 Fridays and then a Thursday before that ago. Something happened. I don't know what it was. I mean, I think it's a great product, but for some reason, everyone in the world wanted a SideQuest deck starting 2 weeks ago. And since then, we've sold like 2,400 SideQuest decks. We did not expect that many SideQuest decks to be purchased, if I'm being 100% honest. Yeah. The SideQuest deck is outselling the Heroes Journal by an incredible amount. And obviously the name of the company is the Heroes Journal. So it's a bit surprising. So we were going to try to launch the Superhero. I'm going to keep calling it that because I think it's funny.
What do you call it?
Superhero, like superhero, but you flip the P's.
Got it. Suber.
We were trying to launch that August 1st, but now we're like kind of scrambling to get inventory. So we're focusing all our effort there. Yeah, pretty wild. And the hero, it would not exist if it wasn't for you guys, because Tanya came to us with a really great idea. And then we talked to you guys about it. We were like, hey guys, does this something like this sound exciting to you? And all of you said, absolutely, that sounds great. What a great idea, Tanya. And then we were like, cool, we'll make it. And we'll kind of make it as like a little bit of like an ancillary product, like a side thing. And now it's like outpacing our original thing, which is wild. I don't know if it'll last that way forever, but it's really cool. And it really gave us a lot of like, kind of put a wind behind our sails a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I don't know if I'm speaking for myself. Nick, you can speak separately, but I feel from as far as my sales are concerned, there was wind beneath them.
I would consider my sales winded as well. Yeah, no, we're scrambling to get more inventory for SideQuest decks because we just weren't prepared for this. In fact, like I really wanted to do like a revamp of the deck and like make some updates, and we just don't have time. Like they're selling so fast. We don't have any inventory and people are already buying them. So we're just gonna restock soon. We haven't sold out yet, but we're gonna restock in anticipation for a sellout. And the good news is that we have GOI decks, so there is gonna be presence in the store.
And we have a large amount of IMA SideQuest decks.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It's like in a couple of years, like we could end up talking about, or you could end up meeting someone who's like, oh, the Heroes Journal, I love them. I love their decks. Like, did they start with their decks? It's like, nope, start with the journal. So, you never really know. But anyway.
Yeah. Just things you don't expect,
Yeah.
Just life happens so fast.
It does. I'm actually buying an ISBN right now because I need to send it to Ryan.
I will say, for how much excitement the SideQuest deck is, not very many people watch the video I made about the SideQuest deck. You know, it hurt my feelings.
Yeah, I could tell.
It's fine. I mean, I just I'll put a ton of work into it. It's fine. So I'm good. No, but I'm good though. No, I'm good.
No, I'm fine, man.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
It's just a video. It's just me and me bearing my soul in video. It's fine.
No, yeah, that's cool.
It's fine.
Dude, I think I'm definitely getting to the age where I have to really focus on like joint mobility.
Mm-hmm.
Like on Wednesday, I went to the beach. It was one of my good friends' birthday. We went to the beach and we were throwing the football in the water. And because we were in the water, I was like kind of in a weird, like I was kind of awkward stance. And I was throwing some bombs as I do. And I woke up the next day and my shoulder hurts. Like, it's not like I'm sore. Like, I have a pointed pain in my shoulder. Like every ligament inside of it is just torn to shreds.
Yeah.
And I was just tossing a ball.
Yeah. Welcome to your late 20s.
Yeah. It's tough, man. It's tough in these streets.
Yeah, it really is. I was like, when I got back from Denver, I was like, I think I told you this, but I was like cracking my back. And I was just like, like how you do in like a chair.
Yeah.
I literally pulled a muscle in my back. And the next day I couldn't get up. So I was like out for a week. It was terrible.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't even really want to I want to be active. I don't know if I want to do anything like heavy or anything like that. I just want to do stuff that just makes my body feel good. I don't even want to be sore. I just you know what I mean?
Yoga.
I don't care about being able to bench 300 pounds. I care about being able to get out of bed.
Also diet. There's a lot of diet too.
Yeah.
With your joints. Especially.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just a guy, Enough about us bragging about how old we are, our injuries. I think that we hear some people brag about maybe some good things.
That's what I actually got a notification that it is brag o'clock.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
I'm on my watch, but I haven't set it to Central Time yet. And
oh, right.
I was behind. Okay.
Your Braga watch. Gosh, I am something else today. Oh, I spelled Braga clock wrong.
Oof. I'm putting this ISBN number in our database.
I need to swim. I actually like swimming a lot.
Yeah.
It's really, really good cardio. And I'm somebody who needs cardio badly. So one of the reasons why I'm pretty sporadic today is because I haven't got to run in 6 weeks, and it's just kind of just keeps building.
You haven't ran in 6 weeks?
Yeah, because I hurt my foot 6 weeks ago.
Oh wow! I thought you were still doing just shorter runs, but you're not.
Everything's been done.
Damn, that sucks. I didn't realize it was that bad.
Now my shoulder hurts. I'm like, I can't do anything.
Gotta fight.
Anyways, enough about us. Enough. Brag Clock is a time where you, the hero, get to brush off any inhibitions about sounding pompous or cocky. You get to say whatever you would like about yourself, whether it be you just solved world hunger or you got out of bed this morning. Everything goes. Let's hear it. If you're on Facebook, respond to the thread. If you're on YouTube, it's the Wild West. Just sling them out there. And we're going to read them. I'm going to start over on YouTube because Sarah Anna G. Ryder finished editing their book, which just deserves a golf clap. Because if I clap too loud, it'll disturb the peace in the library. We don't want that. A said, so I went to Walmart to pick up some school supplies because we're going to a school drive at church. That's amazing. And they're teaching their kitten how to play fetch. And she's learning and doing a pretty good job. I didn't know cats could do fetch, but that's pretty awesome.
I love it. Teach you on YouTube is drinking lots of water. It says, oh wait.
No, this is advice, but that's kind of a brag.
Okay. Cheyenne said, I made an okay smoothie from a bag of frozen fruit.
I love that. Okay smoothie. Brought to you by Cheyenne.
I love bragging about just a medium smoothie. It's so funny. Good for you, Cheyenne. There's a good feeling about being like creative and experimental and like using all the things in your fridge at your disposal. I think we have a SideQuest deck card about that, but anyway, good brag, Cheyenne. Good to hear from you.
Devorah launched a story on Kindle Vella. I don't know if the book's name is Vella or if Kindle Vella is a service, but either way, that's amazing.
Super cool. Patches said, my brags with an S. I swam 40 by 25. I don't know what this is.
That's a lot.
Meter laps with a torn rotator cuff last Tuesday. I planted milkweed to help boost the monarch butterfly population. What? That's so cool. They're becoming extinct. And I am on my elliptical for Free Journal Friday. Wow. Patches is multitasking. I didn't realize monarch butterflies were becoming extinct. That makes me so sad.
Yeah.
Well, like the
Stars
monarch.
played in the rain with their kids today. That's pretty fun.
That's cool. Okay. Where am I at? Stacy said, I've survived 2 days of my dogs barking almost nonstop while our deck's already built. 2.5, 3 weeks to go. They're just trying to protect the house, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe a little too hard.
They're saying, why are you using all that lumber when you could have some of this bark? Gosh, I'm good. Glenn said, finish reading First King of Shannara, then Sword of Shannara in the last 2 weeks. That's amazing.
I feel like those sound like big books. I don't know what they are, but they sound very long.
It does sound at least 600 pages.
Yeah. Meredith said, after having skin cancer removed a few years ago at age 40, I went to the dermatologist for the first time pre-pandemic and looks like remembering to use 70 plus SPF sunblock has paid off and I'm cancer free.
That's so amazing. Congratulations.
Meredith Best. Yeah. Skin hack. Actually, not even a hack, just for your health. Wear sunscreen all the time. It's good for you.
David said, I got 3 classes from my local college for a total of 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, which is a total of 9 classes. That's a lot of classes.
Love that. You know what they say, Kyle? You can pay for school.
You can't buy class.
You can't buy class. You just can't buy it. Okay. Rashab said, my brag. My wife and I are starting a quest to rebuild our front lawn. There's a lot of dead grass due to Florida heat and weather. What a great quest. And Rashab, I would challenge you and your wife to think of kind of a fun, questy, creative name. I feel like there's a really good reframe of a quest name that you could like slip into that. I don't know what it would be. Something like Prepare the Battleground or something like that. Prepare the Castle Courts. Whatever. I don't know. It's your life.
Chelsea said, slowly getting back on my feet after having COVID, actually. It's still bad. Sorry to hear that you had COVID, but I'm glad to hear that things are turning the corner.
Chrissy said, I swam for an hour and a half yesterday, treading water mostly, while my kids, navigated swimming in the deep end without life jackets or floaties. I think we double tapped that one.
Did we? I didn't read that.
I thought you said someone swam with their kids.
No, played in the rain with their kids.
Oh, okay. This is different then.
Yeah.
Different form of water. Well, okay.
Sky water.
That's what Chrissy did.
Michelle does not like confrontation. Will absolutely stand up for other people, but has a problem standing up for themselves. But 2 days ago, I made it clear to my father that I was extremely hurt and disappointed that neither him nor anyone else in the family made the effort to check in on me while I was in the hospital or home recovering afterwards. It was really hard for me to do it, but felt good after the fact because I internalized things that bother me and literally make me sick. So I stood up for myself, and that's my brag. I love that. Because if you don't tell people how you want to be treated, there's no way they're going to know how you want to be treated.
It's true. Tempest Jen on YouTube said, I just completed day 10, following an exercise video every weekday. Longest I've stayed doing something for exercise in over 2 years. That's awesome. I love that, Jen. Doing exercise videos like on YouTube or whatever is so it's so nice because you don't have to go anywhere.
Freeing.
Like, yeah, get it in and like finish it. It's just like a really good feeling. I hope you continue on that, Jen. And even if you miss a day, you keep going. Because that's like an incredible thing. I hope you start to feel and see the benefits of that.
Amy is trying to put a big post in a nutshell. I graduated from my eating disorder program 3 weeks ago. So far, things are well. I'm participating in more craft fairs this year, and I'm trying to tackle taking pictures of my stuff for my Etsy shop. And finally, my hubby and I are hoping to buy a house/condo sometime next year. We're currently building up our savings. That's amazing. I love all that.
Pat just had a little follow up on the swimming. It said 40 by 25 meters means I swam 40 laps that were 25 meters each. So I swam a kilometer straight. So 0.62 miles.
That's a lot of swimming.
A whole lot. Paradoxical Taco said, my brag is finally making headway on my list of house cleaning chores. Boring and not fun, but I'm getting it done. Good feeling.
David said, I triumphed over a very tough temptation to buy very unhealthy food the other night. It was all in the cart, but I thought about what Cubby and Daddy Vern would want me to do, so I put it back. I love that. Love having mentors or allies in your life that would be able to.
T-Chu said, I went to court without a lawyer. So I was really nervous. I was able to get all charges dropped. That
I'll allow it.
Yeah, sustained. That's incredible. I don't even really know how to respond to that, but
incredible.
You.
Cody said, I helped start a knitting group at my Muay Thai gym, thinking of calling it Kick and Stitch. That's hilarious. Also, that sentence is an absolute ride. Like I've been to Disney World, and Disney World has nothing on that sentence. A knitting group at your Muay Thai gym?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Talk about balance.
I know.
That's awesome. Akira said, spent the day with my 5-year-old son at the arcade, and we had a blast. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a great time.
Queen signed up for adaptive surfing again, and it is after being off for 2 years due to COVID. Adaptive surfing sounds like it could be a computer programming class, or it could be about, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it does.
I don't know what it's about.
John Nelson said, my daughter and I put together a PC together from parts. It all worked out. Incredible.
I love that. Ruth said, I received credit at work for a big project I've been working on, and I'm in beating the COVID dragon.
Incredible.
Conquered indeed.
Why don't you do the next one while we get caught up here?
Nicole said, I successfully made it through my surgery. Congratulations. I hope everything went well. We have one more. I'll just read it. Amy said, finally starting to establish a routine in the Eastern time zone, but it's been hard. You know, I know how that feels. And I remember during heroic mornings, you were talking about your trip. So it's honestly kind of nice to hear about your stories upon the other side of the country. Alas.
Routines, difficult. Really difficult. I feel like it's all about finding that one thing. What's the anchor habit of the routine?
Oh, by the way, it's actual surfing, not it's not related to the internet.
That's feels like a lot cooler of a thing.
It was way cool. That's what I was hoping it was, if I'm being honest. Not that I have any opinions about anyone's brags, because that's the nature of Rag Clock, because we have no opinions. But if I had to choose, waves are cooler. Waves are cool.
Not the interwaves. You know what time it is?
Da, 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 da.
It is now everyone's favorite time of live stream. We're going to give away a free journal well, probably not SideQuest deck because we're going to be sold out of them. But we will give away a free journal today to a lucky winner. All you got to do is put your name in the pinned comment. Follow the link to the Google form. Put your name there. We're going to grab all the entries, put them into a giant wheel, I believe, and then spin and pick a winner. If it lands on your name, you have 90 seconds. That's a minute and a half to claim your free journal. The way you do that is by commenting in the comment section of either YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're watching from. That way we know you're here and you can comment anything you want. No pressure on that. Once you win, we will have you email support at theheroesjournal.co, the color you would like, your shipping address, all that jazz. So here we go.
I'm in this weird thing right now where it's not letting me screen share.
It says, yeah, Nick Vitellaro has started screen sharing. It's not me. Weird. Is it permissions based?
It might be.
Doesn't really make sense because you made the call.
Now, can you see it?
Yeah. Okay, and the winner of Regional Friday is
Claire Bartha.
Claire Bartha. Come on down. Your clock has started. A minute and a half, 90 seconds to claim your free journal.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, Dan. Come on. Oh, Claire is here.
There we go. Claire Bartha is our winner today. Claire is the winner of a free journal. Claire, all you got to do is email support at theheroesjournal.co. I'm going to turn off my timer because it's going to go off and be really annoying if not. Okay. Are you responding to Claire or should I?
I am. I just pinned it. I had an issue, but I solved that issue.
Yeah, you're a great problem solver. So it doesn't surprise me in the least. Well, hey, that rings in another Free Journal Friday.
Free
In the books.
Friday.
Incredible stuff.
So one of the things about ending a Free Journal Friday is that you have to not just mourn the time that has passed, because the saddest thing about an ending is that it's over, but you have to be thankful for the time that we had together, you know, the time that we will have together.
Very, very true.
There's always another quest. There's always, I don't know where I'm going with this, I'll be honest. I was trying to be like a DM there, you know, I was trying to be a DM at the end of a campaign.
It felt very like Michael Scott, like sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
I hope that I find it along the way. You know, Free Journal Friday, it's been a classic, but we've been doing this for over a year. It's always fun. I always love getting to interact with you guys and banter with Kyle and be kind of silly. And thanks for letting us be ourselves on here. I know it's kind of weird and random, and it's like a journal company ran by these two random guys that just talk to each other and then give you a free journal at the end. But I like to think it's a fun time. So
yeah,
if you've paid attention in any capacity, this live stream or live streams in the past, thanks for being around. We really appreciate it. And if you're listening to this right now, you're hearing the sound of my voice. I hope you have a really good weekend. I hope that you feel heroic, you feel supported by allies and loved by the people in your life, and know that there's a whole community of heroes right behind you here on Facebook. If you feel isolated or lonely, and to enjoy your time, be safe and drink a lot of water.
And remember, if you're going to quest happy. Have a